Hello, everybody. My name is Elizabeth Dukes with iOffice, and I am presenting a webinar today entitled 6 Workplace Technology Predictions for 2016. My company, iOffice, is the only people-driven IWMS designed for the commercial real estate and facilities industry. We help leaders manage authentic workplaces where executives, strategic planners, and facility managers can plan and grow their business. Today, we are going to focus on the 6 key technology trends we see impacting the workplace in 2016. Number 1, the Internet of Things, or IoT, or as we like to say, the intense onset of tracking. 2016 will usher in a new generation of devices connected to the Internet, and with them, a massive focus on tracking and actionable data. That means that facilities executives will be better able to track, ticket, and manage assets better, and the C-level will demand more accountability and forecasting. Get your geek hat on and start crunching numbers now. So what does the Internet of Things really mean to us as facility executives? Let's talk a little bit about how it's evolved. Wi-Fi has become or is becoming a standard deliverable across most environments, especially the workplace. Technology is being developed that applies and connects sensors and meters and is overlaid with SaaS-based software to centrally capture the data for reporting. And many of these sensors are smart. They learn as they capture data. They detect trends and they become more intelligent and are able to decipher and curate the information to enhance what you're able to report on. Mobile devices and wearables are becoming more prevalent as well. Healthcare tracking, detecting presence for space utilization, and needing check-in, asset tracking. It's really created a perfect storm of opportunity. As facility executives, we have the ability to collect new and different data points with incredible results. We have the ability to be more proactive in managing facility assets, such as energy assets, coffee pots, fire extinguishers, and in turn, automate our tactical responses so that we can be more proactive. So before the HVAC piece of equipment faults, we will have proactively noted that there were issues and we can respond and ensure that it continues to operate properly. It's also created an opportunity to provide workspace that is customized for the individual worker based on past requests or experiences. So sensing technology has the ability to track patterns like types of spaces used, location of space commonly used, temperature and lighting expectations of the space, team members who are frequently invited to meetings. Applications can then curate deliverables and offer up similar suggestions and options. It gives the facility executive the information needed to maintain the workplace in a traditional, seamless, high-performing manner that has always been expected, but it's adding 2 key elements for us: the ability to more specifically cater to the workforce that we value, and the ability to better plan for the future so you deliver the right space, the right assets at the right time. So how do we stay ahead of the curve? We need to look at our own Internet of Things landscape. What assets or items have IoT capability right now? Are you able or are you capturing data from those sensors and analyzing that information? Where are you able to do that? Where are you able to collect the information and effectively report on the data? What alternatives exist for assets that are not IoT capable? We have come across several solutions in the marketplace that are able to assign meters or sensors to devices and then overlay them to capture information. So there's alternatives for equipment that is not naturally or innately IoT capable. What about your integrated workplace management system? What types of solutions are they offering? What about the worker? What are the policies pertaining to wearables? How are you able to capture information from the worker? And is that a policy that your organization is looking to adopt? Get a feel for your entire landscape, understanding assets, wearables, et cetera. Understand what exists now and what opportunities there are to expand that component of your business. Number 2 is collaboration. Collaboration is key in 2016. If you're a Fortune 500 or a fast-moving mid-market business and no one is collaborating with you, chances are you're not going to be around for long. Offices are creating collaboration zones, open offices are trumping cubicles in corner offices, and most importantly, everyone from HR to IT to logistics to security are finding ways to share multiple data streams. It's happening across a host of platforms to create powerful dashboards that make the whole organization smarter. To jump into the cross-departmental pool party, you'll need to dump every manual process you can, email, Word docs, spreadsheets, and the like, for an IWMS to share and receive the data you need to thrive in 2016. With the IoT and the global demand for talent, there is no way you can operate in a silo. Absolutely no way anymore. You have to work with your peer departments like HR and IT. I mean, the point of our roles working together is to enable the workforce, to help them create, design, build, market, and deliver services or products. So a big part of our job is to help facilitate collaboration of others. HR is focused on employee skills, the company culture, the ability for employees to work collaboratively and help define the skill sets that contribute to the team. IT is obviously equally indispensable. Businesses run on data maintained by IT, secured by IT, distributed by IT. IT makes the ability to communicate from one side of the office to one side of the planet possible, and communication allows for collaboration. So it's critical that as leaders of the workspace, FM works closely with both. With the facility executive being the leader of the workspace, we've got to be able to connect. The workspace has the technical firepower to ensure the workspace has the technical firepower to allow for effective communication and the critical design elements demanded by the culture and the workforce that are in place, like open offices, quiet spaces, social spaces, community building spaces. So we have to work with those groups to understand the culture and the IT infrastructure and security and policies. But the next level of collaboration is how data can actually be captured and shared so it does not remain siloed in disparate databases. For the facilities leader, the first phase of effective collaboration is ensuring you have a solid technology foundation in place that consolidates all the various and sundry tasks and transactions you're responsible for at the most basic level, like space metrics, service tickets, asset locations, and use. Most high-performing operations have adopted integrated workplace management systems to manage these basic elements. However, to adapt to the changing face of work, your IWMS platform, your technology foundation must be agile. You cannot be tied to an outdated platform that requires extensive customization or an expensive, timely upgrade to be implemented. You need to be in control and be able to respond and adapt on the fly. This is especially true with the influx of new technology or the Internet of Things. No IWMS can answer all today's questions about the workspace. As a result, it is imperative your IWMS is flexible so that services and functionality and workflow can be modified on an as-needed basis and easily integrate cutting-edge new technology. A host of niche and awesome technology solutions exist in the marketplace that have the ability to add value to our workplace deliverable and the worker, but they need two things. They need a data source and a reporting platform. It is critical for your IWMS to be able to share data with other systems of record like HR and IT or ERP systems, but it's also imperative that you're able to integrate new technology. This data ensures that facility services has real-time information to deliver services accurately, cost-effectively for the first time. So to stay ahead of the curve in 2016, we definitely have to ensure the basics are in place. good old-fashioned face-to-face conversation and discussion about the needs of the worker. We need to be collaborating at the most basic level. The objectives of the organization overall and how each of your individual teams can collectively work to meet those goals are the types of topics that you need to be collaborating and discussing and understanding from each other, your mutual views of how that is successfully achieved. And then you need to understand the systems that you each have in place and the valuable shared data points that may exist and how you can leverage those between your different teams. You also need to understand how your workplace management system can collaborate with other systems. Your IWMS's ability to share data should be simple, out of the box, plug and play. In today's world, no one has the time to waste on costly, drawn-out, customized integration processes. So start talking, start understanding systems, and make sure that you can share in an easy, seamless fashion. This is Hal Varian. He is the chief economist at Google. He is a professor of information sciences, business, and economics also at the University of California at Berkeley. And he says it's imperative for managers to gain a keener understanding of the potential for technology to reconfigure their industries and their workplace. Varian compares the current period of time in our history, in our development, in technological development, to previous times of industrialization when new technologies combined to create ever more complex and valuable systems and thus reshaped the economy. And that's why he's saying that the sexiest job of today is statisticians. And we're seeing that everywhere. If you watch the movie Moneyball, or if you're in tune to Cynthia Freeland, the fantasy sports analyst on ESPN, people are analyzing data to predict future outcomes all over the place to hopefully bring home a win either on the field or to your pocketbook, personal or enterprise. So number 3 trend for 2016, or better yet, prediction, is that really we've got to watch out for data. Watch out for the new whiz kids in your organization. With the dramatic increase in the amount of data, suddenly statisticians are sexy. The C-suite will rely on these experts to translate and transform data streams into core business strategy to not just plan for the future, but accurately predict it. With the Internet of Things, now you have all these new data points and opportunities to look at information in whole new ways. Combining that with your facilities technology platform or your IWMS, you can collectively capture all these new data points. And now you have the ability to look at information in completely new and different ways and turn data into something actionable. And not only at a strategic level about how you plan for the future, but more on a tactical level. By receiving an automated piece of data from, say, an HVAC machine, and it's above or below a set threshold, can automatically trigger a service ticket so that you can proactively manage the maintenance on that device so that you can extend its life or prevent an outage that impacts your workplace. And a robust reporting platform is critical, or a business intelligence tool is critical for the whiz kids or your data scientists in order for them to deliver maximum results. They need the freedom to visualize and query data easily and seamlessly, analyzing information with a range of report styles and formats that can be scheduled and shared. They can't be hindered by disparate data sources or the inability to query data and create their own analytics. They need robust reporting capabilities at their fingertips, which allows them to demonstrate an entirely new perspective on how you view and manage your workplace. And they're also a great tool or mechanism to help you collaborate. They can be great liaisons between you and other enterprise teams. They can identify new places to capture data from and opportunities to develop analytics that powerfully impact your organization. They can look at things in wholly different perspectives to bring value to your organization. So in order to stay ahead of the curve, understand what your reporting capabilities are today. What exists today? Are you free to query, or are you handcuffed to a vendor or to a system to be able to provide things based on their definition. You need to also open your mind to analyzing and looking at the workplace in new and different ways. Let's say you're bringing in energy data. Why not compare that to occupancy to see what spaces in your organization are highly occupied or under-occupied, and how energy relates to those metrics. Maybe you can more proactively manage or reduce your energy costs by shutting down systems when nobody's utilizing or occupying those spaces. And establish a protocol to drive action, not only from a tactical action, so setting off the technician to respond when you have an HVAC machine that's reached a threshold, but strategically how you can redefine the workplace to more powerfully impact the enterprise and the worker. So we're at number 4, don't bother IT. In 2016, companies will avoid server-based software wherever possible and opt for cloud-based SaaS technologies. The idea of burdening internal infrastructure with non-core applications is an offense. The 26 mantra is go lean, stay clean, SaaS is clean. So what Gartner Group calls the nexus of forces, which is the forces of mobility, the cloud, and social collaboration, converging to create consumer-driven ecosystems, has been part of Gartner's research since 2011. And SaaS, or software as a service, is the biggest trend in workplace management technology. And SaaS is not the same thing as cloud computing. Although it's running in the cloud, SaaS applications are much more. SaaS is a particular type of cloud app, as InfoWorld explains. SaaS apps are cloud-based apps that deliver single applications, a single application to thousands of users, allowing them to create, modify, save, and access their information using a specialized application found on the internet. Okay, so what does that mean to FM leaders? What value does that bring? A single application that is in a continuous state of improvement. So what that means is the value of your investment in a SaaS-based workplace management system, it means the value increases over time. Because constant feedback from your peers and the provider's ability to look at the marketplace, it's like the ultimate form of collaboration to enhance the technology deliverable. So it's in a continuous state of improvement. So some of the benefits of SaaS, real quickly, are that it's scalable. It's easy to manage a single portfolio inside of one application or one site because it's SaaS or cloud-based and not installed behind a firewall. It's typically more easy to implement and maintain. There's minimal IT requirements and more on the side of vetting security parameters, which are important, and creating data interfaces or integrations with current or new technology systems. But IT is no longer involved in updates, no longer involved in installations. They are free to focus on core. SaaS tools are also highly configurable, so they can easily be modified for different workflows, different data collection points, different reporting. They give you the ability to be in control of your organization. You're not going to be dependent on a vendor to go create some custom workflow or reconfiguration or add a field. You can do it on the fly. They're also intuitive for users. One of the biggest obstacles to a successful implementation of any technology is the failure to adopt. The faster you get users trained and using the application, the faster it will pay for itself. So the tool has to be robust, but it also must be straightforward, intuitive, contemporary, and that will ensure that your adoption rates are higher. So the user experience is critical and should be strongly considered. And not only because for your operations team, making it part of their workday for managing space, services, and assets, but for interfacing with that worker and giving them a user experience that brings them into the application to make it easy for them to request and track and manage the services provided by the workplace. It also should be secure, and I mean highly secure. And so don't get the feeling that SaaS-based apps are not. Gartner Group study actually said leading SaaS suppliers offer cutting-edge data security that's better than what most customer organizations can provide. In fact, SaaS solutions are more secure than the email you send across the internet every single day. So how do you stay ahead of the curve? First, obviously, your organization has certain software security policies in place, and you need to make sure you vet those and understand those, get with your security team, understand the protocol they have in place. And then you need to look at being able to leverage SaaS-based software for all future facility solutions. You might be tied to a server-based or a hosted solution, but as the dynamics of that piece of software change or require upgrades, investigate alternative solutions, possibly best-of-breed solutions that can integrate into your current platform, and how you can leverage what you already have, or how you can cost-effectively make changes to the technology foundation. That brings us to number 5. Mobility is key in 2016. If you can't access the priority elements of your infrastructure online via an app in 2016, you're behind. Chances are 50% of your workforce are on the road in the year working from home in 2016. So are you giving them, ask yourself, are you giving them the tools to be as productive in the office as they are elsewhere? So really 2016 is about being apptastic, embracing mobility initiatives. As I mentioned, the workplace is not just in the office. And data confirms it. A U.S. Census report even 5 years ago said that 13.4 Americans work at least one day at home, and that was up 35% from the previous decade. The International Data Corporation survey said U.S. mobile work population will grow at a steady rate over the next 5 years, up to 105 million by 2020. And it's not just the mobile worker that needs flexibility, but it's your operational teams. How many of you or your operational team members are actually sitting behind a desk every day, all day? Operation needs to have mobile tools as well. They need to have all the information to do their job instantly available on a smartphone or tablet. They need to be able to receive, update, and close service requests from anywhere. They need to be able to create new service requests on the fly. They need to be able to seamlessly track packages and deliveries. They need to be able to minimize the time spent manually entering transactional data. We need point of entry through reporting to be one fluid automated process. We need to be able to receive real-time updates, and we need to be able to get a hold of our team members to collaborate online or through our apps in order to effectively deliver services. The worker on the other side needs the same things. They need to be able to request the space. They need to be able to request services on the fly from anywhere. They need to be able to wayfind. They need to be able to find coworkers. They need to be able to find workstations. They need to be able to find events or meetings. They need to be notified when they have a package. They need to be able to notify when they have a visitor. And they need to be able to perform all these functions from their most readily and available device, which is their smartphone or tablet. So in order to stay ahead of the curve, you need to investigate the mobile tool set of your workplace management system, integrated workplace management system. You need to ensure that they have the tools, they're native applications, they have an engaging UI, they're easily accessible. How do we make it easily accessible to the user? And then we need to be able to have a program to build awareness, to empower our operations first and then the worker second, so that we can deliver a complete, robust mobile solution. And finally, number 6, what time is it? Time is it? It's real time. In the forward-thinking words of the 1980s musical artist Morris Day in the Time, he asks, what time is it? And it's real time. Get ready for wearable technology, asset and building sensors, opt-in mobile tracking, or even higher-level integrations through badging, routers, et cetera. 2016 is about putting real-time data together with mobile workforce projections to determine accurate space utilization. Get ready for personal privacy debates as companies seek to gather all the data they can about you on or off the clock. So in summary, get ready to act today. The Internet of Things is here. Collaboration is key. Data analytics is the rage. Agile software is an imperative. And your workforce is moving. And it's all here today, real time. You have to respond today. Embrace, engage, and measure so that you can successfully meet the challenges of the future. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time very much. I apologize for the delay in distributing this presentation to all of you. The season kind of caught up with me health-wise, but thank you so much. And you may reach me at my email or phone number that is presented on the slide. Have a great week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.